Welcome back into Wave Listens Live. I'm Michael Vanover, joined now by Jay Kraft and Ben Kraft. We've got the owner and manager from Aqua. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Really
Thanks
do.
for having us.
So many people have heard of Aqua. You guys have been around for a long time. But for the folks that haven't, can you give us a little bit of background on the company and all that you do?
Yeah, we just entered into our 17th year here in Louisville.
Congrats.
Thank you very much, Louisville, for allowing us to into your homes. We do basement waterproofing. We can do full systems. We can do 1 or 2 walls. We can do 1 crack. We do radon testing and radon mitigation. A lot of folks are unaware that that's an issue. In homes today, 1 out of 2 houses in the Louisville area does have high levels of radon. We do mold testing and mold remediation. We do crawl space reconditioning. We install egress windows so you can add usable, livable square footage to your home. We do piering where we can actually lift the house up if it starts to sink. Anything, from a foundation standpoint, you can call Aqua.
That's a lot of good stuff right there. That's a lot of good stuff that protects your family, keeps them safe, and adds value to your home. That's you can't beat that.
Correct.
That's nice. All right. So when we think waterproofing right now, we think, man, we haven't had enough water around here. But the droughts can really impact foundations. Is that correct? Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. The drought can cause more damage to your home than the rain will. The ground around the foundation will actually shrink and pull away from the house.
Okay.
And that allows the house to shift
when it moves and
in that hole that your basement or foundation is sitting in. Absolutely. So you may not have a crack in your basement. We go through a drought like we're going through this summer. Ground shifts, pulls away. Your house can contort just a fraction of an inch, and all of a sudden now you got a new crack, or an old crack that never leaked before now all of a sudden is beginning to move. And then when we do get the rain, and we will get the rain.
It will come. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. We will. It always happens.
When we do get that rain, those cracks that are in the foundation now for the first time leak. And that's a very common statement that we get. What you're looking at right now is a before picture, and then that's an after picture of a crack repair. We use a product called carbon fiber, which is 10 times stronger than steel. So once the crack's actually repaired, we then repair the wall itself so that when the drought does occur, that carbon fiber can help hold that wall in place, so you're never going to have a problem there again. That's a lifetime transferable warranty.
Now, Ben, people watching right now that they may be saying, oh man, I've noticed those cracks in the basement. I'm seeing things such as that. It's important that they don't wait for the rain because the rain is coming, right? Talk about why it's important to really nip that in the bud right away.
Yeah, correct. I mean, just by the states of them, there are multiple stages that cracks can actually occur through, but getting them fixed right away can actually stop the problem and delay it from ever occurring. Also, with the carbon fiber straps, the amount of pressure they can hold up over time will actually strengthen that wall. So getting it done sooner than later will protect that basement in the long term. Long term.
You gotta be proud of this guy right here.
I am very proud.
No question.
I am very proud.
Yeah. So anything else you want to add to that, though? Because I mean, I think it's one of those things where if the house is moving the way you're saying, I mean, it makes sense, right? Water expands it.
Yeah.
The drought contracts it. It's going to crack, and then the rain is going to happen. Eventually, you're going to have some flooding issues.
Well, the other thing that people really need to be aware of is that if you have a crack in your basement and it starts to move, that begins to affect above the basement.
Yeah.
So now you've got doors and windows that may not open or close properly. That one closet doorway in the hallway that starts rubbing on the floor. That is typically a foundation problem.
Yeah, we're showing some video right now, some different jobs. Feel free to jump in at any point, Jay, if you see something you want to talk about. I do want to talk a little bit about the egress window business, if you don't mind. Sure. So many times people are looking for the best way to add value to their home, and a lot of people have very nice basements, but that doesn't count. And again, tell me if I'm right. That doesn't count as livable square footage unless there is something such as an egress window or it's a walkout. Is that right?
That's exactly right. It's ingress, egress, and an egress window. What you're looking at right now is something that is large enough for a suited fireman to come in and out in order for rescue. And the idea is it's a safety feature. But what happens very simply is if you put that window in a bedroom area, you now have livable square footage. So your home goes from a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house to a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, which not only raises the value of your home, but gives you more usable square footage.
Like,
so now
it can raise it pretty substantially. I mean, it can.
It can. The Consumer Report says that you will get another 10 to 20% boost on the house from adding another bedroom.
That adds up in a hurry. I mean, especially when you're talking about a mid to larger house. I mean, those are some legit numbers.
We have a lot of customers that will, instead of just adding one, will add 2.
Oh, okay.
So now all of a sudden you have the usable bedroom, and now you've got a usable living room in the basement that counts as
so
square
you have
footage.
to do the 2 in that case to count it all.
You do if you're going to count. If you want to count all the square footage,
okay,
but
cool.
a 3,000 square foot house can very quickly go to 4,500 square feet.
That's right. Ben, so I've known this guy to your right for a long time. How long have you been working with your dad, and how do you like it so far?
I love it. I've been working here probably for the last 10 years.
Okay.
Once I got sick and tired of working in the sandboxes, I kind of just hopped into the trenches with him.
There you go.
But I love it, just kind of learning from him and understanding what's going on and getting one with the business.
Yeah, and if you would, Ben, from your perspective, especially being a young man and been there 10 years, that's impressive. What would you say, like, the advantages of working with Aqua are? So somebody's watching right now and they're on the fence of who to call. What kind of service experience from start to finish do they get, with your all's company?
We aim for the best. We have a long warranty that stands behind it. I mean, I'm the future of the warranty here in Tell. Just knowing that we are there for the customer at all times, and we always want to make sure that that customer is left happy and satisfied. And I love standing behind the products that we install too, strictly because I want to sell something to somebody that I know works at the end of the day, and I believe in that.
That's right. It's hard to argue with the future of the warranty. I love that. I mean, they're not going anywhere, folks. Aqua is not going anywhere. If you want somebody that's tried and true that's going to be here, this is who you need to call. All right, so Jay, let's talk about the rain. We're getting ready to go into Labor Day. The fall is around the corner. Football season's starting up. I know we're excited about that. Rain will come. And I'm sure there's plenty of data to support after a drought the amount of rain we get. Let's talk about that process and what that means for your customers or people watching right now.
Well, Noah built the ark before the rain.
Yeah, there you go.
So if you can get it fixed early, you're going to be better off. It's a lot of times it's less expensive,
right?
And you're just going to save yourself a lot of time and trouble. But the rain will come, and you're looking for a variety of different things. It's not just because you've got water coming into your foundation now. Bugs will accumulate in a basement where water is building up on the outside of the foundation. That crack that never leaked before, all of a sudden there might just be a little streak, down there over the summer, and you really need to consider what it's going to be to repair that. Now, a couple steps that homeowners can take before the fall are make sure all your downspouts are extended. If your downspouts dropping right on the corner of the foundation, you're going to have a problem. Right. So just put an extension on there and get it, 3, 4, 5 feet. Absolutely. Right. Clean the gutters out. When we go through drought, that has an impact on the trees. The leaves will curl up and they start to fall. They get in the gutters and they start clogging things up. So then all of a sudden, when it does rain, you're going to have a problem. That rain's going to build up. It's going to spill over a gutter, and that gutter gets real heavy. Water weighs 8 pounds for every gallon, and that begins to bow on the downspouts. Water will pour out in a certain area, and that's where the water is going to show up.
And something I've seen in your commercial, and by the way, if you want to give them a call, we're going to put the information on the screen as well as their website. You guys have run a special in a commercial for $500 off a full basement waterproofing.
Absolutely.
You're willing to honor that today, I'm sure, for our viewers. Am I right?
Yep, we'll do that with basements and crawl spaces too.
There you go.
The summer is crawl space season because the hot, humid air will get invited into your crawl space through an open vent. It mixes with the cool air in the crawl space. That creates condensation. That condensation works its way up to the wood membranes, and you need to get that taken a look at because it creates an odor.
Let's do it. And the rain is coming. We know that, but again,
rain's coming.
Drought